Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The Honda CG series has always held a special place in the hearts of riders around the world. Since its introduction back in the 1970s, the CG line has represented Honda's ability to create reliable, affordable, and easy-to-maintain motorcycles that don't just perform well in city environments but also withstand tough conditions with remarkable durability. For 2026, Honda has brought us the new CG 150, and while it may not be a revolutionary redesign, it is an evolution that builds upon everything this motorcycle has stood for over the years. The CG 150 has been especially popular in markets where affordability and reliability matter most, and Honda has stayed true to that legacy while updating the bike with modern styling, better performance, and features that align with today's expectations. When you look at the 2026 Honda CG 150, the first thing that strikes you is how Honda has managed to blend classic commuter motorcycle elements with just the right amount of modern flair. This is still a simple, functional machine, and that is exactly what many riders want in a 150 cubic centimeters class bike. At its core, it is still a daily workhorse built to take on rough city streets, long hours of commuting, and occasional stretches of open road without breaking the bank or requiring constant mechanical attention. For those who know and love the CG series, this latest iteration will feel familiar, yet fresh. For newcomers, it might just be the entry-level motorcycle they've been waiting for. Under the seat lies the heart of the CG 150, a refined 150 cubic centimeters air-cooled, single-cylinder, four-stroke engine. Honda has tuned it to strike a perfect balance between fuel efficiency and usable performance. It produces around 14 horsepower and 13 Nm of torque, which may not sound like much on paper, but in real-world riding, especially in the city, it's more than enough. The CG 150 has never been about blistering top speeds or sport bike aggression. Instead, it's about smooth, predictable, and consistent power delivery that makes the daily grind easier and more enjoyable. With a 5-speed transmission, gear shifts feel light and precise, and the clutch action is friendly even for beginner riders. This combination makes it not just a bike for commuters, but also for students, first-time owners, and anyone who needs a reliable machine that doesn't demand constant attention. Fuel efficiency has always been one of the strongest selling points of the CG lineup, and the 2026 CG 150 is no different. Thanks to Honda's latest PGMFI, programmed fuel injection, system, the bike can easily deliver over 45 to 50 km per liter, depending on riding conditions. For riders in countries where fuel costs are a major factor, this makes a massive difference. With a fuel tank capacity of around 14 liters, you're looking at well over 600 kilometers of range on a full tank, which is incredible for a bike in this category. That kind of range means fewer stops at the fuel station and more money saved in the long run, reinforcing why the CG is considered such a smart investment. Riding dynamics are another area where Honda has refined the CG 150. The bike uses a simple yet effective suspension setup, with telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the rear. This design may not be as high-tech as monoshocks or inverted forks, but it's built for durability and comfort. On broken city roads, speed bumps, and potholes, the CG 150 feels stable and forgiving. The seat height is set at a very approachable 790 mm, making it suitable for a wide range of riders, from shorter beginners to taller, more experienced riders. At just around 118 kilograms, the bike is extremely lightweight and easy to maneuver in tight city traffic. That lightweight nature also makes it easy to push around when parking or storing at home, something many commuter riders will appreciate. When it comes to braking, Honda has equipped the CG 150 with a front disc brake and a rear drum setup. It's not the most advanced system in the world, but for the category, it's more than adequate. The brakes provide good stopping power and, paired with Honda's Combi brake system, CBS, in some markets, it adds an extra layer of safety by balancing braking force between the front and rear. Riders new to motorcycling will definitely feel more confident with this system in place. Now let's talk about the design, because Honda has given the CG 150 a refreshed look for 2026. While it still retains the recognizable commuter silhouette, it now features sharper lines, a slightly more muscular tank design, and updated graphics that make it stand out a little more. The headlamp is a modern halogen unit with clear lens indicators, though some versions may feature LED DRLs depending on the market. The tail section is compact and neatly integrated, giving the bike a clean profile. One of the biggest strengths of the design is how timeless it looks. You can ride this bike today and still see it looking fresh years down the line. It's not flashy, but it's smart and practical, just like the bike itself. The instrument cluster on the 2026 Honda CG150 is simple but functional. Depending on the trim, you'll either get a semi-digital layout with an analog speedometer paired with a small digital screen displaying fuel level, trip meter, and other basic readouts, or in some cases, a full digital cluster with modern styling. Either way, the information is clear and easy to read, even in bright sunlight. The switchgear feels durable and is ergonomically positioned, something Honda always gets right in this segment. Comfort has also been given attention, with a well-padded seat that can easily accommodate rider and passenger. The ergonomics are upright and relaxed, with wide handlebars and mid-set foot pegs, ensuring long commutes don't feel like a chore. Honda understands that many buyers in this category will use the bike with a pillion, and so the grab rail is sturdy, and the rear seat is flat and supportive. Whether it's carrying a friend, a family member, or even luggage strapped with bungee cords, the CG150 is built to handle it all. One of the unique selling points of the CG150 has always been its low maintenance costs and rugged reliability. Honda has designed this bike with simplicity in mind: easy to service parts, long service intervals, and widely available spares. Mechanics in even the most remote areas are familiar with the CG's engine layout, and that makes it one of the most dependable motorcycles in its category. For 2026, Honda has improved component durability, upgraded electrical systems, and even made servicing simpler with better access to routine checkpoints. For riders who depend on their motorcycles day in and day out, this peace of mind is priceless. Another important highlight is the affordability factor. While the exact price of the 2026 Honda CG150 varies from market to market, it is expected to be positioned around the equivalent of $2,000 to $2,300 in most regions. That makes it one of the most budget-friendly motorcycles in its class, especially when you consider the long-term reliability, fuel efficiency, and resale value. Many owners of older CG models will tell you that these bikes hold their value incredibly well, because demand for them is always high. So, who is the 2026 Honda CG150 really for? It's for the commuter who needs a dependable partner that won't break down on the way to work. It's for the student who wants their first motorcycle to be affordable, practical, and easy to ride. It's for the small business owner who needs a bike that can carry loads day in and day out without complaint. And it's even for experienced riders who simply want a low-maintenance secondary bike that they can trust for everyday errands. The CG150 doesn't try to be something it's not. It's honest about its purpose, and that's exactly why it's loved. In a world where many motorcycles are chasing higher performance, advanced electronics, and complex features, the Honda CG150 stays true to its roots by keeping things simple. But that simplicity doesn't mean outdated. This has been our deep dive into the 2026 Honda CG150 here on Bike Culture Hub. If you enjoyed this review and want more in-depth motorcycle and car content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on the new CG150. Would you consider it as your next commuter bike, or do you think Honda should push the boundaries even further with the CG lineup? Let us know. Until next time, ride safe, and keep the culture alive.